Legends have shaped human imagination throughout history. However, some legends blend with reality in the pages of history and remain like mysterious shadows. One of these legends is the legend of female warriors. Known for their strength, fearlessness, and fighting spirit, these women challenged the greatest warriors of the ancient world and took their names beyond myths. So who were these women? Why did they live in a society consisting only of women? And why did they disappear into the shadows of history? Amazons. There are many different legends and myths about the origins of the Amazons. In Greek mythology, the Amazons are known as the daughters of Ares, the god of war, and Harmonia. According to many ancient Greek sources, the Amazons lived mainly in the northeastern region of the Black Sea, in what is today the Black Sea coast of Turkey and the Caucasus. They were said to live in a society composed solely of women, where men had very little role. Women were trained as warriors and became masters in archery and horseback riding. The role of men in this society was limited to reproduction, after which they were sent away. Amazon women were renowned for their prowess in battle. Their skills, courage, and ruthlessness in the art of war were spoken of by both their allies and enemies. One of the most notable characteristics of the Amazons was their expertise in archery. It is said that they would cut off one of their breasts to better wield their bows. However, this story remains a debatable myth with questionable authenticity. The Amazons were not only skilled as individual warriors, but were also masters of group combat. Their ability to fight on horseback gave them a significant advantage over their enemies. Armed with strong armor, spears, shields, and bows, they were formidable foes. Many great commanders of the ancient world, when confronted with the Amazons, admired their bravery and tactical genius. The Amazons hold an important place in Greek mythology. Their most famous encounter was with the Greek hero Heracles. One of Heracles' 12 labors was to obtain the magical girdle of the Amazon queen Hippolyta. Heracles infiltrated the ranks of the mighty warrior women and, after a series of fierce battles, succeeded in taking the queen's girdle. But this was just one of their encounters. The Amazons were also said to have participated in the Trojan War. According to legend, they fought alongside Troy, and their queen, Penthesilea, faced the Greek hero Achilles. Unfortunately, Penthesilea perished in this battle. Nonetheless, the Amazons appeared in many battles and myths of ancient Greece. The Amazons were not only notable for their warrior skills, but also for their intriguing customs in daily life. In this society, where women held all authority, men had almost no influence. The Amazons engaged with men solely for the purpose of reproduction. Male children were either killed or sent to other societies, while female children were raised within Amazon culture and trained as warriors from a young age. This system was one of the most distinctive features that set them apart from other ancient societies. It is known that the Amazons were also involved in agriculture, growing their own food, and were highly skilled in hunting and trade. Their disciplined, rigorous, and warrior-like lifestyle permeated every aspect of their society. The Amazon women warriors adopted clever and creative approaches in their warfare tactics. One of their most well-known tactics was their archery skills. Their ability to effectively attack enemies from a distance provided them with a significant advantage on the battlefield. The Amazons underwent specialized training to shoot their arrows with high speed and accuracy. Among their war tactics was the feigned retreat strategy, where they would withdraw from battle, allowing the enemy to pursue them, only to suddenly counterattack. This was an effective strategy to catch their foes off guard. Moreover, the Amazons had a strong intelligence-gathering method before engaging in battles. They would send out scouting units to monitor enemy movements and understand their strategies. This allowed them to make informed decisions on the battlefield, gaining a better advantage. The weapons used by the Amazons were also quite fascinating. They were equipped with long spears, large shields, and various types of bows. Often fighting as mounted units, they could incapacitate their enemies from a distance. This not only allowed for rapid movement, but also enabled them to control the flow of battle. The Amazon women warriors left their mark in many different regions of the ancient world. The northern shores of the Black Sea are known as one of the primary areas where the Amazons resided. However, their presence was not limited to this region. According to the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, the Amazons expanded westward through their interactions with the Scythians, reaching as far as present-day Romania and Moldova. Additionally, some legends suggest that the Amazons ventured into North Africa and parts of Asia. The geographical traces left by the Amazons are supported by archaeological findings. For example, in some burial sites in Ukraine, weapons and battle gear belonging to female warriors have been discovered. These findings serve as evidence that the Amazons were not merely a myth but a real community of warriors. Although the historical traces of the Amazons seem to fade over time, their legend never vanished. While the Amazons are mentioned in many ancient sources, there remains debate among historians about whether they were truly real or purely mythical. Nonetheless, the Amazons left a deep mark, particularly in Persian and Greek culture. Over time, this society fell under the influence of Greek city-states, the Persian Empire, and the Romans, eventually disappearing into the shadows of history. The Amazon women warriors remain one of the most mysterious and fascinating figures of history. They are remembered as powerful female figures who upheld a warrior spirit in a society composed only of women. Their story is a legend created through the blending of myth and historical reality. Whether or not their existence can be fully proven, the legend of the Amazons continues to fuel human imagination and lives on between the lines of history books.